Hey boys and girls, Ken Smith Fishing. So this week, what do we got right here? All right, so we're gonna do the spark drawing real quick, and then I've got some footage for you. So I looked everywhere. I was real curious how hard it would be to get the consoles out of the Bass Cat. And as you guys know, my Ranger, I've always been a dual console guy, but I like the idea of having a single console most of the time, except when the weather's bad. And even now, as I think about it, there's more room in there with kids in there. So when Sarah's in it, if we got nice weather, I kind of like only having a single console. I looked all over the interweb trying to find a good video. I found a few videos of doing it. I couldn't find one. So I recorded this video for you guys. So let's do a quick spark drawing. We're going to try something we've never tried before. There's probably no chance in the world. Can you get one of those out? Just one. Just get one. Oh, you had one. It's that one right there. Who did you pick? Trent. Holy cow, I cannot say your last name, Trent. Exerlenben. EXERXLEBEN out of Round Rock, Texas. Thank you, sir. I guarantee you he joined the Spark affiliate because I don't think Round Rock, well, thanks for your help. I don't think Round Rock actually has the option to choose their providers. So we gave away $4 grand this weekend at the Bass Champs at Tawakoni. There's $5 grand up for grab at the championship. Anybody can win that. You don't have to live where you get Spark Energy. It's just 75 bucks, and one person on the team qualifies you for that. We did have another big fish caught in our 9 lakes. Remember, there's $2 grand up for grab in 9 lakes. And a guy caught a 9-pounder at Amstead last week. I know he's Spark eligible, so he's got to submit that fish to Sheriff Lunker and get it approved, which won't be a problem. So we'll now have 7 lakes without a 8-pound plus fish weighed for the $2,000 in the year, plus the $250 or $500 or $1,000, tons of money. So let's check out this video about the Bass Cat and how to get the console out. And I was amazed how easy this was. Okay, so this was funny. When I went to buy this boat, or when I decided I wanted to buy this boat, I tried to find a video of somebody showing me how to take the console out, or taking the console out, to see how easy or hard it was. I could not find that video, so I'm going to make this video. So I'm going to let the camera just roll. Now, however long this takes me, I think you can probably just take a whole bunch off of this next time I do this, because I've never done this before. I think I know how it works. It's got 2 or 3 little latches. I'll show you up under here in a minute once I get it out. But I don't know that for sure. I really don't know. Rick showed me this is how you kind of do it, but he didn't even have the piece to show me. So we're going to learn together, and I'm going to let the camera roll, and I'll probably time lapse it so it's a little quicker. But here we go. Let's dig in. Dive in, I guess. Let's dive in. All right, guys, so that was, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes total. And as you saw, and by the way, I'm not real sure what I'm doing right here. I know it's loose, and I can see that there's a slot on that bolt that's on the port wall of the boat. You'll see what I'm talking about here. So there's basically 3 contact points there. That I would say that probably weighs about 40 pounds. So there's 3 contact points, and it had, each one of those had that little end on it that you screw in and screw out. And you see I'm taking them apart now. I'm going to show you a better look at that here in just a minute. But as you guys could tell there, I'm distracted. I'm actually on a telephone call with a colleague, and I even jumped over and checked a YouTube video to see a guy take that dash out, because frankly I was afraid just to go to pulling on it and break something. But once I got it out, it was pretty obvious how this thing goes back together. And you can see now what I've done is I've just screwed those little pieces back on the end, popped them out, stuck them in the glove box, and I'll set that the whole console unit. There you go. There's that little lever, and you just push it in, up, and it comes out, and then you push it back in, down, and it locks. But I'll tell you, the easiest thing to do is just unscrew that whole deal and pull it off, and it pops. The whole dash pops right off. I got to tell you.
I am really impressed. That was so easy. All you do, you saw that cam, and I showed you that little video there. I wasn't talking, but it just slides in and locks in place. You tighten that cam up. All you really need, and you don't have to have this because they did caution me about not over tightening them, but that's handy. There's holes in the end of that cam, so you can put a little bit of leverage on it. And once I got it a half a turn, it just unscrewed out. That is a neat setup, and this boat feels so different now as a single console. There's just a lot more room to get around in. I think I'm probably going to wind up running this boat, which I said all along, as a single console most of the time. And when Sarah and the kids get in the boat with me, or when it's an ugly day and I'm fishing a team tournament, we'll stick it back in. And I love it because I really thought that was going to be a 10-minute thing. I could put this thing back in here by myself in 2 or 3 minutes. So that's really cool. I just got to clean it up now where I haven't been able to get clean on it, but I'm telling you, that was a nifty deal. That's a really, really good design, and I'm really pleased. And now everybody can see how simple it is. So I got a couple of other cool things I want to show y'all. I've kind of saved this as extra footage. So let me just show y'all some other stuff that I've saved over the last few weeks. A bait holder and a couple other things, and then messing with one of the guys at Jones a little bit. I just cracked up when I saw this. So y'all check this out. I'm gonna clean a little bit.
Hey guys, sorry for the super close up, but with the new boat, I'm looking for ideas on bait storage. And historically, I will not put a wet bait up, a crankbait or even a hook. And I bought something else I'm gonna try for my hooks. I'll show y'all later. But I was looking for something, so I throw them in the floor, and that's fine if I'm fishing by myself and not fishing in flip-flops. But with dogs in and out of the boat, with little kids in and out of the boat, with me fishing in flip-flops, that doesn't work so well. So I was looking for something. What I've historically used is that little basket right there. And so what I would do is I had it in the big center box in the Ranger, and when a bait would come into the boat wet, when I cut something off, I'd hang it in that. The problem is, once it goes in there, it tended to stay in there forever. Well, I didn't like that. I wanted something that I could put in a box and that would remind me when I see it to take the baits out. So I found this thing. Now, I just installed it. It's called a Gruv Fishing, G-R-U-V, hard bait launch pad. I found it at Tackle Warehouse. It's not very expensive, so I bought one. So I'll show you what it looks like. So I mounted it there in my center box. And basically, it's got two-sided tape across the back of it. Let me make sure I'm getting it in frame. And basically, it's silicone, and you just take your bait. Got to watch out because those hooks are super sharp. And you just press it in there, and man, let me tell you, it holds it really, really tight. Now, it's kind of designed to hold 5 baits, but I can tell you that's a 100 series sized 6-cent crankbait, square bill. It's only going to hold maybe 3 of those. If it was like a quake or a trap or something, a flat-sided bait, it would hold more, or even a jerk bait. Now, the way I've mounted it probably wouldn't hold a jerk bait because I don't have the space lengthwise. But I really like that. It keeps them up out of the way. It's really secure. It's double-sided tape on the back side of it. So I may actually buy a second one of those, assuming I like it after a few weeks and move it forward. But that was just a cool idea. I'll put a link below in the description to where I found that at Tackle Warehouse. It was not expensive. And when I figure out where I'm going to mount the stuff I'm going to use for my hooks and stuff, I'll show you what I did with that as well, because I think I found a pretty good solution for that. So I just thought I'd share that with you. It was something I had not seen before, and just kind of one of those late night Tackle Warehouse sessions. I saw it and I bought it, and I like it. It's pretty slick. All right, so we do all the videos. We've done so many rigging videos and stuff, but what we've not talked about is Lad does a lot of the trolling motor work. You pretty much do all trolling motor work, don't you?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, this is not something I'm not familiar with. What exactly is going on right here?
Oh, it generally gets set up. Customers just take a break for a while and they'll sit up underneath the shed or shop, and a lot of times it's around lakes or something like that where dirt daubers are more prevalent.
Dirt daubers, that's a dirt dauber issue going on right there?
Yeah. So what happens is dirt daubers will get up in these areas over here around the control board and will erode a lot of the terminals and everything else, and they'll end up messing it up over time.
So you're saying this is not your first dirt dauber repair?
No sir, no sir. A lot of the Tarovas, Alteras, they're bad about it because they have little areas, crevices that they can get up into real easy. And it's just a good deal just to take the cover off, take the side plates off of a lot of stuff, covers off the heads, and clean them out. You know, it helps out, and it'll end up saving you a control board in the future.
And you know, I guess if you knew you were going to put it up for more than a week or two, you could just wrap a bag around the top of it.
Yeah, that'd be good. Don't let it sit out in the weather. That's the worst thing for it, letting the trolling motor sit up in the weather.
Well, and speaking of that, the other problem you see quite a bit is foot controls getting wet, right?
Yes, and that comes from a lot of people have recessed foot trays. So when they have recessed foot trays, they end up getting bait stuck in there, leaves, limbs, anything. Anything can clog up the hole, and it's just good to take a foot pedal out and check it, clean it out.
Yep, absolutely. I've heard of a bunch of guys doing that, and I know a guy pretty well who did that. So
yes.
Anyway, I just got a chuckle when I saw it up there and pretty obvious dirt dauber holes. So that seems preventable, guys. All right, sorry about the squealing kids in the background, but that's this week's video. On Friday, we're either going to have another Rick Pierce video or we're going to start our Bass Cat factory tour. I'm not sure which one we're going to post yet, but stay tuned for that on Friday. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see y'all next week.